Conference matchday -1. We'll start with questions to Adel Taarabt.
Like Benfica, could match or equalize the dynamics, the rhythm of a Premier League team like Liverpool during the 90 minutes?
Of course, yeah. I think if we are here today in the quarterfinal of Champions League, that we can do that. Like I said, tomorrow, of course, is a team that we respect, but we don't fear them. So we know the quality they have, and tomorrow we hope that we're going to be our best to make a top game.
Próxima pergunta.
Anderson and all the midfielders of Liverpool, like my colleague asked you, the rhythm and the importance of the game of Liverpool is in the midfield, like Ajax. Do you think it's possible to stop this team?
Well, I think he's not only in the midfield. I think he's in every area of the pitch. I think they have an amazing team all around the pitch. So, yeah, of course, they are great players. And I think we will do our best to match up with them. And we have the belief, we are in front of our fans. We're going to do the maximum to do everything that we do a great result tomorrow.
RTP.
RTP, right here. How important this is going to for Benfica and for the team? Do you think it's the most important game of the season? And looking to the championship, looking to the win that Sporting get today, do you feel that the second place is now impossible? Thank you.
Well, until it's not finished, nothing is impossible. But when you play for Benfica, we know that every game is important. So obviously, on Friday, it was an important game, and we wanted to do well. So now we take game by game, and now the focus is on tomorrow game, and that's it. But we play every day, all the games to win. So obviously tomorrow it's a quarterfinal of Champions League, and of course we know that it's very, very important for us. And but now the focus is for tomorrow, but every game is important.
Pode ser.
Francisco Carvalho from Zerzer. What's the main difference between this Liverpool side and the one you faced in your Premier League time?
Yeah, I think it's different. Yeah, of course, it's a team that now has been playing 4 or 5 years together. So I think they have the momentum. They know each other very well. At my time, Liverpool was little bit inconsistent team. Many players was changing, coming out, but it was already a great team. But obviously that this one it's more strong. Yeah.
Hi Adel. You know the English Premier League very well. What do you think that are the strengths that Benfica have that could hurt Liverpool and an English team which has a better pace than most Portuguese teams usually?
Well, the good thing about us that we play every game the same. So obviously we know that tomorrow it's different than in the league because I think the individuality they have, they are top quality. So, but we have top quality as well players. I think in our attack we have individuality that can make a big difference. They show it in the previous games, and we're gonna play with our strength, and we're gonna do everything to try to win in front of our fans.
Sky Sports. Yeah.
Adel, for you personally as well, when you're going up against English opposition, we know how well things are going for you over here. But do you feel that you've still got a point to prove to an English audience, to English opposition?
No, I don't feel like that. Obviously, it's special because I played 7 years in England, so yeah. But no, I have nothing to prove, only for myself and for my club, for my team. and that's it. But of course, it's a special occasion for me because obviously in the past I lived in England and played there 7 years. So yeah, it's special. But to prove, no, I don't think so.
Mais uma pergunta? No more questions for Adel? Okay. On the microphone. No, on the microphone.
You have to.
Sorry, Adel, in terms of the defence, how much of an advantage is it that you've got two great defenders in Vertonghen and Otamendi who will know what to expect? That must be quite something for you.
Well, they are very experienced players, so as well they played many years in England, so they know very well the team of Liverpool, of course. But yeah, it's very important. But I think tomorrow we're going to try to do our best, and I hope we collectively will be very focused, because in this kind of games we know that details plays. So the most important thing for us is to be very good tactically and obviously as a team.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Deixa só sair. Ok, vamos agora iniciar então a fase de perguntas para o Mr. Nelson Verissimo, BTV.
Muito boa tarde.
Good afternoon, live for Benfica BTV. We know that Liverpool is a team that tries to make the opponents make mistakes. Do you think Benfica is, well, we know it's strong, Benfica is strong in the back, but is Benfica strong enough and fast enough at the front? Can Taarabt make a difference, as well as other midfield players, in that final vertical pass forward? Well, everyone's going to make a difference. The starting 11, all of them will be important, and all the ones that come on later on, they will all be crucial. We need to acknowledge that Liverpool is a very powerful team, both individually as collectively. Their manager, well, we don't need to talk about him. We know we need to be at our best for both matches. This time will be very complicated. I think we may have a chance. And like I said before, the games against Ajax, it's maybe 50-50. But we know Liverpool is very strong. They're in second place in the Premier League, one of the strongest leagues in the world. And that's already saying something. But I know if we play to our strengths, and if we play at our best level, maybe we can cancel out their strong suits. When we look at their profile, they have a huge roster. They have many attacking options. They can play vertically or wide. As for their defense, they press high up the pitch. And, well, I'm sure they looked into us, and we looked into them. So we know that when we have the ball, we know that there are points we can attack, but we also know that when defending, we have to be very, very competent, very, very stable, like we were against Ajax. The tie tomorrow is difficult, but we know that if we're up to our best, well, we can count on our 12th player, our home crowd, and that can bring some more momentum to our players, and that will leverage us into a good or maybe a great European tie. You said that you talked to the president of Benfica often enough. Have you been told that you will be the manager next year? Well, everybody seems to be very concerned about whether or not I'll be here next year. Before the Braga match, I've already said I'm not concerned. If I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. But the most important thing is the 6 upcoming games in the Portuguese League, and there are at least two upcoming games for the Champions League. That's what we're focused on, and that's our main concern until May 15th. Until we play our last match in the league against Paços de Ferreira. My future is the least important thing right now. The most important thing is that we've reached the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and we haven't done this for 6 years. We may reach the semis in the Champions League, which we've never done with this format, and we need to cling on to that. We must hope that this comes true, and we'll fight to make it happen. Picking up on what our British colleagues said about Otamendi and Taarabt. They've played in England, that's true, but we have two very strong centre backs, and they were very important against Ajax. Liverpool has a very flexible, very flowing offensive line. Do you think Vertonghen's and Otamendi's experience may be crucial? Well, you're assuming that they'll be in the starting 11. But well, anyway, these two are very experienced players. And in our ties against Ajax, they were very important in our defensive makeup. They have a very strong background. They've played in the Premier League. They're very experienced players. They both enjoy football. And they can recognize the offensive and the attacking momentum of other teams, and considering what our players know about how Liverpool attacks collectively and individually, we know it'll be hard, and we're prepared for what they throw at us. We have to be very defensively, very competent, and the voices of those who lead our back line will contribute to the defensive organization of Benfica. However, we're not just focused on defending. We know there will be times and spaces that we can exploit in order to attack. And we know that Liverpool has a high defensive line, and we need to find their weaknesses and exploit them to our advantage. This Liverpool team, this season, they've beaten Porto twice. Did you analyze those 2 games? And if so, what did you conclude from them? Well, we've reviewed many games, with those against Porto for sure. But Liverpool has a very clear idea of what they want from each game. Some teams can have created problems for Liverpool, but we know Liverpool is very strong both collectively and individually. They know what they want. The players have been with the club for many years. The Klopp has been there for 5 or 6 years, and that lends a lot of stability to everything. Their training, their games. It's all very stable. They're a very good team, but so is Ajax. And we were able to play two good ties. We drew one, won the other. And our goal is to progress. We want the same. But we're facing a very difficult opponent. That's for sure. Champions League makes all players, brings all players into view, but also managers. Do you think this can open doors for you in the future? Well, the way Nelson Verissimo looks at this is that there's a chance for Benfica to reach the semis. This would be a landmark in the club's history, and what we want to convey to our players and what we do on a daily basis, that's the most important thing. The team is more important than the manager. I'm part of the team, but the team is what counts. And when I talk about the team, it's not a player or another player or the manager, but the whole of the team. So we're all lumped together, and we're all pulling in the same direction. We had a group stage that, after which we managed to progress to the first knockout round. We've managed to make it through, and now, if things go our way, we can make it to the semis, and that's our goal. Just like against Ajax, we'll play at home first and then away. Do you think this makes it harder to make it to the semis? Or do you think it's more important to get a result here because it's going to be harder to get a result there? Well, of course, when we play this over two legs, it's always important the way that we finished our first game. So it's good to play the first game at home. The stadium will be packed, and tomorrow that'll make a difference. And I'm sure with the crowd's help, we'll put in a good performance, and our result tomorrow will be important for the second leg. We want to at least leave things open. So we need to start off on the right foot tomorrow to leave everything open for the second leg. But we'll be playing to win, even if we know that Liverpool is the powerful team that we all acknowledge it is. In the training session this morning, we saw Rodrigo Pinho play. How far along is he? Is he close to coming back? Well, right now, all players are fit to play tomorrow except for Rodrigo Pinho and Lucas Verissimo. Rodrigo Pinho is just now starting to train with us, but he can't play yet. This year in the league has been a year of ups and downs, but Benfica has played well on the European stage. How can you explain this? And how can you make sure that this is a game of ups? Well, it's two different competitions for sure. Of course, our momentum and everything surrounding the Champions League's game, especially in the knockout stages, it's a different context. We talk about flipping a switch between the domestic league and the Champions League. We've played very well in the Champions League. We made it through the group stages, and we flipped the switch in our matches against Ajax. But we hope to provide for good spectacle and a good 2 good matches against Liverpool. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon.
Sim, acho que é isso.